Problem for B-02. In the ages of the 80s, science was just another word to some people, except Dr. Phil Swift. He, like many others, wanted to create the next big step in technology. But Dr. Phil Swift wanted to create something different, so to say. Dr. Swift had a project he had been working on called B-02, otherwise known as Bill Operation 2. Bill Operation 1 had been a failure years ago due to overreaction and his inability to not comprehend what was instructed of him. And yes, I see my mistake. New York had not been a fan of Swift's past creations. But today, he said, I will prove them wrong once and for all. In the middle of his lonely speech to himself, Jacqueline, Swift's assistant, had came in the lab to ask a question. But while doing that, she turned around to set the very important documents about B-02 on the desk, and accidentally knocked over a special vial out of the window, causing a big problem for her job and B-02. On the date of November 15th, 2013, B-02, or Bill now, would be 33 years away from when he was knocked out of the lab. But Bill does not know this, as he was still young then and has also suffered from a grade 3 concussion. But Bill has a genetic disorder that can heal body parts and traumatic injuries real fast, but it can't heal memory. To this day, Dr. Swift is still on a search for Bill and has almost forgot about him. Bill has been alone for the first few years of his disappearance, but Bill has met a friend named Joe, who was a staggering 5 inches tall. Bill had not realized what normal height was for his kind. It was usually 6 foot, because Bill had not been around normal humans and was created in a lab, and he thought being 2 inches tall was average. Joe had offered to help Bill, but only in favor of Bill retrieving something for him. That something was a ball of yarn in the next door neighbor's yard. The neighbors do not like cats, and will shoot Joe on sight. If you get this yarn for me, and I will then in return help you reach your destination to the city, Joe said. And if I fail to get your yarn, Bill asked. Well, I guess you're not getting to the city then, are you? Joe had said very broadly. No, I guess I'm not, Bill said sadly. Well, then I guess you better get to it, or you're not getting anywhere, Joe exclaimed very deeply. That gave Bill a chill up his small spine. Was Joe going to eat me? Turn me into beef stew if I didn't get his yarn that he desired? Bill thought scaredly. Only one mistake will tell, and Bill will be in deep and or delicious trouble. Bill had only just crossed the line between getting to the city and death. Only 4 feet into the neighbor's yard was the ball of yarn. It's now or never, Bill, Joe yelled very loudly. Just get the yarn and you're in the city. Simple, right? Bill had a question to himself. The only problem Bill faced was moving the yarn, as it was about 3 times bigger than him. He tried rolling it and only moved a few inches. Just out of the corner of his eye, he saw a Tonka truck. Bill ran over to a small truck and got in the driver's seat. He pressed a small orange button that made it move. Good thinking, Bill. Now get over here quickly, because the neighbors will be home shortly, Joe shouted. Give me a minute and you'll have your yarn, Bill responded. Bill had found out how to move the bucket and get the yarn. This was an exciting moment for Bill, but that celebration did not last long as the neighbor pulled up in his black car. Bill had moved the yarn to the other side of the fence and narrowly escaped being seen. Those are some quick skills, Bill. Now, as I promised, I will get you to the city, Joe exclaimed. Thank you, Joe, Bill said reassured. Only hours after walking, they made it to the city, only to find out that it wasn't a city after all. It was only to be filled by a small building. What happened? Bill asked. Don't know. People evacuated for some reason and set off a big firework. Not even the 4th of July, so why did they do that? Only way to find out the answer to both of their questions was to knock on the door. Go right ahead, Bill. I'm not the one who wanted to be here, so knock. Nope. Bill didn't respond to that remark. Or Joe said with the tone. Bill did not respond to that remark. He walked up to the door and knocked. He waited for what seemed to be forever until the door opened, only to be answered by an old man. Excuse me, sir. Sorry for this intrusion, but I was wondering if you heard of Dr. Swift. You're looking right at him, kiddo, Swift said reassuringly. Alright, guys, that's my story. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm still working on it, but that's it for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and bye-bye.